Welcome to Post Fight with Ray Thompson. This show is powered by MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. For more interviews and podcasts, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. You can also follow MMA Crypt on Facebook and Twitter. It's at MMA Crypt on Twitter and MMA Crypt on Facebook. To follow me, it's at MMA Mental on Twitter and Ray Thompson on Facebook. I'm now joined by Manny Gamburyan. Manny is coming off of a successful UFC fight, making his debut at bantamweight, beating Cody Gibson at UFC 178, taking his pro record to 14-8 and his UFC record to 5-6. Manny, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me on.
My pleasure. Congratulations on beating a very tough Cody Gibson.
Yep, it was a tough fight. It was my first time cutting at 35. I felt good. It was good, and thank God I got the finish.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the decision behind it then. I mean, we've seen you fight at lightweight and featherweight in the UFC. What's made you drop to bantamweight?
It's the next challenge, like I said, I fought Jose Aldo for the bantamweight, featherweight championships, and I failed. So it's not about the size or anything like that, bigger or stronger. No, it's just I just wanted to challenge myself that I can make 135. I really believe that I belong in the 135 weight class. So I'm doing the next challenge, which is 135. It was a big cut for me. It wasn't easy at all, but I want to thank Mike Dolce for helping me, believing me that I can make this weight. And I did it.
How did you feel going into the fight then, and how much weight did you have to cut to make 135?
I walked around like 170, 168, so I had to lose like 33 pounds in 2 months. But the thing is, when I'm 168, I'm not as chubby or anything. I'm in good shape. I'm in like a fighting shape at 168, so I still have a six-pack showing. So it was kind of hard for me to lose muscle and get thinner, but I said I will do anything it takes to drop the weight and fight one bantamweight.
Now, going into the fight then, you obviously were matched up against Cody Gibson. What were your views on Cody Gibson as an opponent?
He was tough. I know it was going to be tough. I know he was going to be lanky. He was going to be a good wrestler. But like I said, first time fighting, it was me, and I got the W.
Sorry, we lost you a little bit there, Manny. Sorry. So, just the last little bit. So, how did you feel about him as an opponent? Sorry, it cut out a little bit as you were talking.
Okay, I mean, I know he's going to be tough, but at the same time, I had an off night, kind of. I wasn't feeling it, but not take away anything from him. He's a tough dude. He brought it to me, so I had to step up a little my game to try to finish him.
Yeah, I mean, in the first round, he had a lot of success on the feet using his reach. Were you concerned with his reach?
I always fight with taller opponents my whole entire life. So not really, and it was kind of awkward that, the speed was kind of different.
Now, he did quite well on his feet in the first round, and you did manage to score a takedown. How did you and your corner feel the first round went?
I really believe that I lost the first round, but, I had to come back in the second round, but the fight is 3 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
To warm up, I get more into it, so it was a good back and forth fight, and kicking my groin, it really affected me a little bit too. It was really hurting. I always get kicked, so somehow I always get kicked in my groin every fight, but this one was like the craziest one. My stomach started hurting, and like my legs were shaking, and like I was sweating just standing there.
Yeah, to be honest,
I was in really pain. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad pain.
Yeah, it did. I'll be honest with you, it didn't look very pleasant. I think any man, it's not something any man wants to go through. Now, you also got caught with a big punch in round two. How hurt were you from the big punch that put you down?
Hurt. I was there the whole time. Rocked me a little bit. Yeah, it was a good punch, but I wasn't out. So
No, you
I
definitely
was.
weren't out.
I knew what I was doing. So, but he caught me good one. It was good.
Now, towards the end of round two, of course, you were able to get the submission win via a very tight guillotine choke. Do you want to talk us? Can you talk us through the finish?
Yeah. I mean, I always have good guillotines. My submission game is, it's always up there. I'm not one dimensional. I can wrestle. I can strike, and I can do jiu-jitsu. It's just the crazy part is, I know my submission game is, it's it's like a legit, it's a legit black belt caliber. So I worked on it so many times, and I know my guillotines are always dangerous. So once I like it, it's kind of tough to escape from that.
Yeah, I mean, even when he was raising up, their commentators were saying that he's nearly out, but I mean, you were just squeezing so tight. How pleased were you when he started to tap?
I was, you know, I finished him because, like I said, I should. My grappling is so good that every time I grapple, everyone, my training partners, they would say you should tap out every one of them. And I believe in myself that I'm a good grappler. So once I got hold of it, it was pretty deep, and then it got deeper and deeper. And when 10 seconds left, I heard the click, tick, tick. 10 seconds left, so I had to squeeze it more. If he didn't tap maybe 4 more seconds, 5 more seconds, he would have probably passed out.
Yeah, I think he probably held on for as long as he could, and I think he knew he was about to pass out, which is why.
Yeah, he
He
was about to pass out because I could feel it. He was already getting weak.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the choke was so tight. Now, in the post-fight interview, of course, you called out Bryan Caraway. Can you tell us why this fight is so important to you?
Uh, you know, like I said, is he in my radar? Kind of, not kind of, but there is love and hate going on. I don't hate the guy because I don't like the way he carries himself. So I don't mind, giving him an ass whooping.
I think it's certainly a fight everyone would like to see. Of course, there's a lot of history with Bryan Caraway, Misha Tate, Ronda Rousey, and of course yourself. So it will certainly be a fight I think a lot of the fans would like to see as well. Now, ideally, when would you like to fight next?
I would love to fight Bryan Caraway next. That's why I called him out, because like I said, the people didn't know what's going on, this and that in the inside world. But I was supposed to fight him, and when I dropped the bantamweight, I really wanted to be him to my first opponent, and he didn't want to be an opponent because it was literally, I guess it was a top 10, and I wasn't. But at the end of the day, I'm the biggest name you'll ever fight. Who have you fought before?
Yeah.
He fought tough guys, but I'm the biggest name he can ever fight. I've been in the UFC for so many years. I fought the whole freaking world. I fought Jose Aldo. I fought for the belt. I fought so many big names. So if you're gonna say I'm not even in the top 10, listen, it doesn't matter who's top 10 or for me, ranking doesn't mean shit to me. As long as you're tough enough to fight, as long as you're in the UFC, we should all fight with each other. That means you belong in the UFC. That's why you're in the UFC.
Now, I know you'd like to face Caraway next, but ideally, when would you like to get back into the cage?
You know what? I don't mind going back in the cage. January.
So ready early.
January sounds pretty. Yeah, why not? I mean, probably January 31st. The Anderson Silva and Nick Diaz card. I don't mind being a part of it. That's one of the hell fight right there. I want to be part of it too.
That is a great fight. It'd be a good.
Why
card.
not? Why not? Why not be on the card and show the people that what we're capable of doing. Because I'm sick and tired of fighting undercards. So I want to be on the main card.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And you have been around for a hell of a long time. Well, thank you very much for your time, Manny. Congratulations on picking up your winning on your bantamweight debut in the UFC.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on.
My pleasure. Before we let you go, I just want to give you a chance to do any shout-outs. So if there's anyone you'd like to thank, sponsors, trainers, and also if you want to shout out your Facebook and your Twitter.
All my sponsors who's supporting me, all my friends, my fans, my family, everyone. I want to thank everyone of the UFC, Dana White, one of the Fertitta brothers, Sean Shelby, Joe Silva, and everyone who believed in me that I can do this, and especially, last not the least, Mike Dolce. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything, and I'll be back in a couple of months.
I can't wait to see you step back in the cage again, Manny. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.